The following video is sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. The holiday season is here, and the NFL season is going strong. Today, I have partnered up with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official partner of the NFL. And right now, they have an offer you do not want to miss. All customers can get a no-sweat bet on any same-game parlay or same-game parlay X. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and sign up using my promo code Philly500. And if you're a new customer, you're definitely going to want to listen up. Right now, DraftKings, for new customers who bet $5, will get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Wondering what you could do with $150 in bonus bets? Combine multiple bets together for a shot at an even bigger payout. And listen, if sports betting is not yet available in your state, not to worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy Sports. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. All customers can use my promo code Philly500 and get a no-sweat bet, get a bonus bet back if your same-game parlay or same-game parlay X bet loses. Maximum rewards limit apply. That's promo code Philly500 only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Once again, I'd like to thank DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring today's video. And remember, use promo code Philly500, bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets instantly, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. One of the crazier topics we have heard this week is that the Eagles should sit all their starters and prepare for the playoffs, basically handing the Cowboys the division. Never underestimate the Dallas Cowboys' ability to choke. Never hand them anything. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here. Hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing. Hope you're hanging in there. This video is probably going to trigger a lot of Dallas Cowboy fans, but I don't care because the truth is the truth. I hear a lot of Eagle fans out there saying we need to sit our starters this week versus the Giants and just give the Dallas Cowboys the division because the Cowboys can't lose to Washington this week. It can't happen. And all I have to say is this. Never underestimate the Dallas Cowboys' ability to choke. That's why we say happy Cowboys choke season. Because as soon as December comes around, the Dallas Cowboys go into choke mode. And you know it's coming, and it's just a matter of when. And if it ain't this week versus Washington, it might be for first week of the playoffs, round 2 in the playoffs. And you'll have to see. I'll see it when I'll believe it when I see it. Cowboys get to the NFC Championship game? I don't know. There is no way that the Eagles should sit their starters this week. You've got to go out and play, okay? Now, before we get into all of this, all I want to say is thank you all for all the support you give to me. This has been my biggest year during the football season, and it's because of you guys. And I'm humbled, with you guys watching my stuff, subscribing. Whether you love me, you hate me, I appreciate it, and I want to thank you so much. Now, before I get into to the rest of this video, we do have some Eagles breaking news happening right now, okay? The injury report is out, and we got some really bad news with DeVonta Smith. DeVonta Smith is going to be out this week because of an ankle, and cornerback Darius Slay, he is out with a knee. Questionable. DeAndre Swift with an illness. He was limited practice. I expect him to play. And then eligible play is Zach Cunningham, defensive tackle Jordan Davis, Avonte Maddox, and Reddick. Those guys should all be playing. But we are going to lose DeVonta Smith this week, and this will be the first game he's ever missed in his 3 years in the NFL. People said he wouldn't make it 4 or 5 games, and here's this guy who he's always ready to go, always ready to play. But you have to have him healthy going to playoffs. We are going to need DeVonta Smith in the playoffs, okay? Now, as I was saying, you have to play your starters. And I can't even believe we're talking about this, but this has been a big topic all week. People want to get healthy, and they don't want to play their starters, and they want to forego the possibility of a division because they assume that the Dallas Cowboys can't lose. But the Dallas Cowboys are chokers. Of course they can lose, especially on the road. They're not very good on the road. You've got to play your starters. Now, I know what Cowboy fans are saying. I get it. How could this dude come on here and say, we're chokers, when you look at what they just did? Look at what they just did. It's totally different things. You can't use what the Eagles have had happen to them. You can't use that as a way to take your team off the hook. Cowboys are always looking for a way to take them off the hook because of something somebody else did. Can't even speak right now. You know, the Eagles, we are epic collapsers. And what I mean by that is we won't choke year in and year out, but every 3-4 years, maybe 5 years, we'll do something totally unprecedented, something that will end up in history books. And this year has been one of those things. It's an epic collapse job, no doubt about it. But year in and year out, the Dallas Cowboys choke after December. At some point in December, they choke. So you have to play your starters. Now, do I think Washington is going to beat the Dallas Cowboys? No, I actually do not. But just in case, I think you have to have your players playing. Now, if it's, 35-0 fourth quarter and you want to pull the Eagles, then go ahead. Pull your starters, then go ahead, pull your starters at that point. But you have to go into this game trying to win and hoping that Dallas loses and somehow you get the division, And listen, I'm not here to blow smoke up your ass. I'm not here to tell you, the Eagles, we got a chance to go back to the Super Bowl. We're going to go on a run. We're going to do it. Everything is all good all of a sudden. That's not what I think. Okay, what I think is like the movie The Green Mile. You ever see The Green Mile? Walking the mile. And, these guys are on death row waiting for their execution. That's honestly how I feel about the Eagles right now. I feel like we're dead men walking. That either first round of the playoffs or definitely in the second round of playoffs, we're going to probably lose. Most likely. And I only base that off of what we've seen the last month and a half. However, I do see some glimmers of hope. I will be rooting my ass off for my team to win. The expectations right now for the Eagles is low. It's at an all-time low. Okay? The Eagles would truly be the underdog, and it would be the most amazing underdog story if the Eagles could actually turn this thing around. But I do see some signs of hope, okay? So yeah, my expectations aren't that all of a sudden we're going to turn this thing around and win a Super Bowl. However, I do see some signs of hope that this team could get on a roll. And I will say this, if this team got hot and this team got going and started playing up to the ability that we know they have, nobody beats them. Nobody beats them. And I know that sounds crazy, but I truly believe it. Okay, there are two teams that, if, in my opinion, besides the guys, the teams like Baltimore, San Francisco, that, you expect to go far in the playoffs. But there are two teams that underachieved this year that if they got going and played up to their ability, I don't think anybody could stop them. The Eagles and the Bills. To me, those are dangerous teams you don't want to play if they're playing well. And the Eagles have gone through such chaos this entire month and a half that I see, I'm starting to see some rays of sunshine, some hope. And what I mean by that is I think that the A.G. Brown press conference, when he talked, I think it was a big deal. Going to the team and talking to them, I think was a big deal. And if you look at some of the practice footage from a couple days ago, even from yesterday, this team looked like they had a little more juice in their step. They had a little more bounce. I don't know. There was something I saw there that made me think, watch out for this team. Watch out. This team if they could turn the corner and get through what has happened and they can get hot, they're going to be hard to beat, because this team has not played their best football. This team has not peaked yet. This team has never had a chance. They've never played complete games of football. It's always one problem or the other. We haven't seen some of the streaks like some of these other teams. We have fought every game like a death fight, right? And we survived many of them. We got to 10-1, and then it has come back to haunt us. But I'm seeing some things with this team this week. I like that there's guys are smiling, they're laughing a little more, there's a bounce in their step. I think they feel like the pressure is off. Like, we just got to go out and play, and what do we have to lose at this point? Nobody thinks that we can win. Nobody thinks that we have a chance at this point. Let's just go out and prove them wrong. If this team goes in, let's say, to Tampa Bay and wins convincingly, San Francisco's in trouble. I know that's crazy. I know it sounds crazy. And I'm not saying these things are definitely going to happen. But there are some signs of hope for this team that I think that we can build off. And I think it starts with the attitude. I think it starts with the team going out there and you know, being intense, looking like they want to win, looking like they want to be there, looking like they're not just going through the motions. If you go back to the 49ers game, they looked checked out. They looked checked out of the Dallas game. For a half, they looked like they were engaged against Seattle. In the second half, they looked like they checked out. The Giant game, they looked checked out, and we won that game. And then last week, I thought was the worst that you could possibly get. However, after the A.J. Brown talk, and after seeing how the coach and hearing the way he was kind of carrying himself at the press conferences, watching this team at practice yesterday, and just looking like they had a little more bounce in their step, they were a little more engaged. This is something that we hopefully can build on. And it's going to start simple. Just get a win versus the Giants. Go out there and get a win versus the Giants. Then it's the Eagles versus the world. This would be the most epic underdog story ever. And what a better team, what a better city. What's a better city than Philly? The ultimate underdog city to go out there and do something. This can be a reality. This team, talent-wise, and listen, there's some big flaws on this team, especially defensively. I get it. But, and I'm just saying but, I'm not saying this is going to happen or I think this is going to happen. But if this team can start playing up to its capabilities, they've got a shot to beat anybody. Because I truly believe if this team is on, they'll beat anybody. But they haven't done it all year. So why should I think they will? I totally get it. But I'm looking at this point for any signs of hope, any signs of life, okay? And I think we saw some things this week that make me think you got to keep an eye on the Eagles. And I also think this. I have a sneaky feeling that DeAndre Swift is going to have a monster playoff run. And that people are sleeping on him, and he is going to be the big key for the Eagles. Listen, he made the Pro Bowl. He's probably not going to resign with you guys or with the Eagles, right? He probably not. How? He doesn't like to spend money on running backs. Well, then use them. 25 carries, 10 passes out of backfield. Keep using them in the playoffs. Don't worry about snap counts. If you're not going to bring him back anyways, use him. He's electrifying. It's going to be interesting. It is going to be an interesting playoffs. It's an interesting end of the season. And I really think this. Look. The Eagles, based upon what we've seen a month and a half, they probably lose the first round. Maybe if they get lucky, second round. However, if this team gets hot, and if they figure it out, and they start playing up to their capabilities, I don't believe anybody can beat them. I truly believe that. And we'll find out and see how it goes. But all this talk about sitting there and not playing your starters this week and just concede the division to the Dallas Cowboys, not a chance in hell I'm doing that. Because the Cowboys have the ability to choke. And Washington is one of those teams that it could happen to. Hell, they choked against Washington last year. With that said, take care. I will talk to you guys later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Remember, Howie Vision. We're all just living in it. So here's what would happen most likely with our luck if the Eagles decided to not play their starters or take them out early. We would go out there, we'd be watching the game, the Eagles pull their starters in the second quarter, and the Dallas Cowboys are playing Washington, and then bing, bang, boom, boom, the Dallas Cowboys lose to Washington, and the Eagles are sitting there with their pants down, realizing, oh my gosh, Dallas just lost, and now we're losing this game because we didn't play our starters. Can you imagine the chaos that would happen? People would want everybody fired. It would be insane. That's the kind of luck we would have. No, you got to play your starters, and you gotta hope that the Dallas Cowboys lose. And if they don't, so be it. You just go and you deal with playing on the road. It is no big deal, but you gotta at least try to win this game because you never know what could happen. Denzel Washington out.